Mr. Aison's London office was a world of perpetual twilight. Rain hammered the window, a lonely drumbeat. Hat pulled low, he hunched over his desk, cheap whiskey glowing amber. Cigarette smoke curled like a phantom. Silence hung heavy, thick with unseen anxieties. Every case etched marks into his weary eyes, a cynical twist to his lips. Tonight felt like a prelude, the calm before the storm that always found his door. He waited, knowing the night was far from over. Shadows deepened, mirroring the bell above Mr. Aison's door chimed, a jangle slicing the gloom. He didn't look up, letting the visitor enter his shadowed world, smelling of stale tobacco. A feminine silhouette stood against the hallway light, fragile yet elegant. She hesitated, apprehension mixed with desperate need. The air thickened. He watched her, unreadable, years of London's underworld honing his gaze. Rain underscored her presence, driving her here. He waited for her story, knowing it would be woven with deceit and Mr. Aison. Her voice, a low murmur, barely cut through the rain. It trembled, composure fraying. She stepped in, surveying the cluttered desk, the office's weary neglect. Her eyes found his, briefly illuminated by desperate hope. "My name is Lena Croft. I need your help." The words, hesitant, were a difficult admission of need. She clutched a worn handbag, knuckles white. He observed her, letting her compose herself. Truth, he knew, lay buried. "Help's my profession, Mrs. Croft," Aison rumbled, his voice low but calming. He gestured to the worn leather chair. "Pull up. Rain won't stop, nor, I suspect, your troubles." She moved with hesitant grace, coat rustling. She settled in, tense, fixed on him, that raw vulnerability he knew too well. "Tell me what's happened," he prompted gently. Rushing only brought half-truths. He needed the full picture. He leaned back, chair groaning, eyes steady, a silent assurance. Lena gathered her thoughts, searching for words. He waited. Speaking troubles aloud was the first step. He lit a cigarette, the flare, smoke curling, a brief reprieve. He inhaled deeply, nicotine a comfort, waiting for Lena to unravel her story. His quiet office would soon echo her despair and London's dark secrets. Lena Croft's story unfolded slowly. Her husband, Arthur Croft, a prominent London antiquarian, vanished 3 days ago. Silence echoed in their Mayfair townhome. Police were dismissive. Lena knew Arthur wouldn't vanish with a major deal looming, ancient astrological charts, from an Elizabethan alchemist. This collection, she believed, was key. Arthur was obsessed, pouring capital into it. He spoke of powerful, shadowy figures, operating outside the law. She'd overheard hushed calls, cryptic meetings, and noted his growing paranoia. Their townhome had been disturbed, Arthur was convinced they sought the charts. He refused police. Now, isolated, she came to Aison, drawn by whispers of his discreet work in London's dark corners. She unfurled photos of the charts, yellowed parchment, unfamiliar script, cryptic symbols. Aison examined them, Lena watched, desperate for hope. The charts, Lena explained, were more than old documents, they held hidden calculations, prophecies. That was the draw. Arthur had been vague, hinting at immense value and dangerous rivals. Their last argument had been heated, he'd agitatedly mentioned a secret society rooted in London's arcane history, ruthless in pursuit of occult artifacts. He feared he was out of his depth. Their marriage was strained, Arthur withdrawn. She'd suspected an affair, now feared something sinister. His associates claimed no knowledge. His phone went to voicemail, cards dormant. He'd simply vanished. Police offered no leads. But Lena's intuition screamed danger. She laid high-resolution photos of the charts on Aison's desk, intricate, yellowed, filled with cryptic symbols. Arthur had taken them before a transfer to an unnamed buyer. Lena watched Aison, desperate for a sign of understanding. Aison's calloused finger traced the chart's faded ink. Remarkable detail. He recognized astronomical formations, but cryptic symbols hinted at a deeper, secret language. These charts, he mused, hold more than astronomy. He picked up another photo, revealing hermetic symbols intertwined with cosmic depictions. Your husband mentioned a secret society? Lena nodded gravely. Powerful, interested for years. Aison tapped the photo. And this buyer? Lena shook her head. Secretive. For my protection, he said. A cynical smile touched Aison's lips. Or his. Ancient charts, hidden secrets, a powerful society, a vanished man. Classic noir. Finding Arthur meant a dark, treacherous path where trust was a risk. But Lena's raw fear compelled him. He smelled trouble, secrets, potential violence. All right, Mrs. Croft, Aison said, stubbing his cigarette. I'll take your case. Relief washed over Lena. Oh, thank you. He gave a curt nod. Don't thank me yet. This work's rarely pleasant. He leaned forward. Tell me everything, names, locations, unusual occurrences. Lena recounted every detail, anxiety sharpening her memory. Hushed calls from Arthur's study, late at night. Snippets, the Tower of London, the Serpent, an urgency consuming Arthur. A meeting at an East End pub, Arthur returning agitated. He'd acquired an esoteric, leather-bound book, poring over it, muttering. Aison listened, interjecting, cataloging. Rivals, partners, motives. Lena provided names, a tangled web. The office air thickened with possibilities. Aison sat back, thoughtful. The puzzle pieces formed, but the most dangerous parts remained hidden. Aison's investigation began in London's labyrinthine streets. Lena's Mayfair townhome, a stark contrast to his Whitechapel office, felt sterile. An early omnibus clattered, echoing his thoughts. No forced entry at the townhome. In Arthur's study, faint indentations from charts, old parchment scent. Cryptic notes in Arthur's hand, tower under the watchful eye of the serpent. A direct reference to Lena's shadowy figure. The Tower of London, steeped in history and secrets, was a logical place for clandestine meetings. Aison pocketed the note. He spent the day querying Arthur's associates. The East End pub staff remembered nothing. A wall of silence, common in London's underworld. As dusk fell, casting long shadows across the tower, Aison was drawn there, the cryptic note a silent invitation. The Tower of London at dusk held a melancholic beauty, ancient stone walls bathed in fading light. Air was cool, scented by damp earth and distant Thames. Aison moved through the complex, blending with ramparts. The note, tower under the watchful eye of the serpent. A codename, he knew. He found a secluded bench overlooking the Thames, sat, pulled out Arthur's note. Obscure symbols, possibly alchemical. Charts weren't just treasure, but hidden knowledge. As darkness fell, the tower whispered secrets. City sounds faded, replaced by rustling leaves, an owl's hoot. He felt watched, a prickling on his neck. Nothing visible. The feeling, though, of nearing truth, a warning. He rose, exploring deeper. Near the bloody tower, a faint indentation in damp earth. He knelt. Half buried, a silver cufflink, a serpent coiled around a star. The silver cufflink, cool, smooth, sent a shiver down Aison's spine. Serpent and star, occult power. A tangible link to the serpent. He bagged it. His search near the bloody tower yielded nothing more, but the cufflink confirmed the tower's centrality to Arthur's disappearance. The fortress offered perfect cover. He expanded his search to secluded areas. He reached Trader's Gate, looming over the Thames. The air was thick with damp earth and murky water. Faint footprints led from the wall to a dilapidated wharf among the pilings. Recent, expensive shoes. Arthur? Or an emissary? He approached cautiously, the wooden structure groaning. Shed door unlocked. Inside, dark, damp, reeking of mildew. A moonbeam illuminated dust. Recent occupancy, a cigar butt, a damp patch. Then, a metallic glint, a small, ornate silver locket, half hidden beneath old ropes. He picked it up, LC. Intertwined with a tiny coiled serpent. The silver locket, Lena Croft's initials entwined with the serpent, felt heavy and cold. Another disturbing puzzle piece, Lena, Arthur, the serpent. Was Lena involved? He opened the locket, hinges squeaked. Inside, 2 photos. A younger, carefree Lena, and an unknown man with cruel, reptilian eyes. On Lena's, a date, 5 years prior. On the man's, adept. Adept of what? The secret society? Some dark art? The locket's discovery in this shed, linked to the serpent, raised questions. Was Lena truly a worried wife? Or playing a dangerous game? He closed the locket. He'd return to Lena's townhome, confront her, decipher the truth. He left silently. The walk back felt different, suspicion intensifying. Shadows deepened. He took an omnibus. The townhome was silent. Lena gazed at the London skyline, still tense. He approached, locket a silent accusation. Lena turned as he approached, eyes widening at the locket. Recognition. Fear. A flicker before she masked it. Mr. Aison. You startled me. Found something. Her voice was neutral, but trembled. He held out the locket. This was near the wharf by the Thames. Recognize it? Lena gasped, eyes fixed. Her composure fractured, panic flashing. Where? Where did you find that? She whispered. Does it belong to you, Mrs. Croft? He countered. She hesitated, eyes darting. Finally, nodded. Yes. It was mine. A gift. Long ago. Initials LC are clear, Aison observed. But the serpent. Interesting. Lena's gaze dropped. Silence. A youthful indiscretion. No bearing on Arthur's disappearance. Aison's eyes narrowed. And the photo inside? The man you called adept. Lena paled. I don't know. Denial too quick. He'd struck a nerve. He was in the locket. 5 years ago. Adept. Of the charts. Lena rose abruptly, fists clenched. You have no right. I hired you to find my husband, not dredge up my past. Her voice sharp, elegance gone. Aison stayed silent. Her reaction spoke volumes. The locket revealed a buried past, connecting her to the serpent, painting a dangerous picture. Don't insult my intelligence, Mrs. Croft, Aison's low growl cut through Lena's feigned outrage. You omit crucial details about your past, your connections to this shadowy organization. This adept. He's the serpent, isn't he? Lena flinched, fear genuine. You don't understand, she stammered. It's complicated. Arthur stumbled into something too big. I tried to protect him. By keeping secrets from me. Aison countered. Tell me the truth. Now. Or Scotland Yard handles it. The unspoken threat was clear. Lena sank, defeated. She spoke, low and fractured. The adept was the serpent, ruthless leader of the Order of the Celestial Serpent. She'd been entangled years ago, drawn to his rituals. The locket was his gift. She'd broken free with Arthur, seeking normalcy. But the serpent hadn't let go, obsessed with the charts, believing they held immense power. Arthur, unknowingly, found them. Lena had warned him, but he was blinded by discovery. His last known act was going to a meeting with the serpent's emissaries. She had a premonition. Now, with Arthur gone, she feared revenge. She broke down, tears streaming, the polished veneer gone. "Don't insult my intelligence, Mrs. Croft," Aison's low growl cut through Lena's feigned outrage. "You omit crucial details about your past, your connections to this shadowy organization. This adept. He's the serpent, isn't he?" Lena flinched, fear genuine. "You don't understand," she stammered. "It's complicated. Arthur stumbled into something too big. I tried to protect him by keeping secrets from me." Aison countered. "Tell me the truth now, or Scotland Yard handles it." The unspoken threat was clear. Lena sank, defeated. She spoke, low and fractured. The adept was the serpent, ruthless leader of the Order of the Celestial Serpent. She'd been entangled years ago, drawn to his rituals. The locket was his gift. She'd broken free with Arthur, seeking normalcy. But the serpent hadn't let go, obsessed with the charts, believing they held immense power. Arthur, unknowingly, found them. Lena had warned him, but he was blinded by discovery. His last known act was going to a meeting with the serpent's emissaries. She had a premonition. Now, with Arthur gone, she feared revenge. She broke down, tears streaming, the polished veneer gone. Narration: Aison watched Lena, the cold truth laid bare. The pieces fit, notes, shadowy figures, charts, all converged on the serpent and his sinister order. Innocence ensnared. Finding Arthur meant confronting the serpent, stepping into a world of dark rituals. This case would leave scars. Where was this meeting? Aison asked, his voice soft, grimly determined. Lena wiped her eyes. A private club. In the city of London. The Obsidian Eye. Members only. Where the Order conducts its secret affairs. The name chilled Aison. This wasn't just missing persons, it was an entanglement with a dangerous network deep within London's underbelly. "Can you get me inside?" Lena hesitated. Then nodded. I still have contacts. I could arrange a way." Aison weighed the risk. Dangerous, but her knowledge was invaluable. "All right," he said. "You lead. Follow my lead. No heroics. Understand?" Lena nodded, fear still in her eyes, but glimmering hope. As Aison walked back, Lena's face haunted him. The night was far from over. The Tower of London loomed, a dark sentinel. He lit another cigarette, smoke curling into the damp night, a lonely beacon. He would find Arthur Croft, and expose the serpent. If he had to descend into London's deepest pits, so be it.